Hello world, I'm Morgan Lee, and this is another Nuggets of Knowledge. Today's nugget is all about the difference between giving advice and listening. Now, for some of you, these two things are actually the same things, and for others of you, you already know that they're wildly different, right? And so if you've ever struggled with personal relationships, this could be one of the reasons why. So giving advice, let's break that down. Giving advice, you're not actually listening. You might be hearing what someone is telling you, but your mind's racing to figure out the issue, to solve their problem. And believe it or not, you can't solve their problem. They are someone that is whole and is creative and knows themselves better than anyone else. And they're the one that has to come up with their solution for themselves. And so whether you've lived with this person your entire life, if they're a sibling, if they're a parent, no one can know you better than you. So advice, and here's the caveat, advice when it is unwarranted really can really hurt a relationship, right? Now, let's take a pause and look at listening. What is listening then if it's not giving advice, if it's not hearing someone and then solving their problem? Listening is really not saying much at all, really not in your head trying to solve a problem or hear a problem as they're talking, but just listening to a person talk and holding space and creating space. And if there's distractions, making clear of those distractions so the focus can stay on the person that is doing the talking, right? Listening is just being there, really just creating space for someone to share something, allowing for silence to happen, being caring. And sometimes the best listening that can happen means you don't speak at all. Now, once the conversation is over, what do you do if you're actively listening? Well, sometimes you don't have to do anything. Sometimes you just say, I'm here for you. Let me know if and when you need anything. Sometimes it can end with you saying, thank you for sharing that with me. How can I be of service to you? How can I support you right now? It's really not taking it to the issue right away. It's really keeping it focused on the person for the moment. So how this has played out in my own personal relationships, I have a best friend that brought this to my attention. Thankfully, I'm so thankful she brought it to my attention, because when people bring this hard stuff to the table, it means that they really care about your relationship. It might feel icky at first. It might feel like, oh my gosh, I failed as a friend. I'm so sorry. But coming together and having a really honest conversation is the greatest gift that you can give as a friend or as a family member. So our relationship was not super great, and I had started that conversation. And in that conversation, it turned out that in moments where she was being really vulnerable, I skipped straight to the issue at hand and trying to solve it so that she wouldn't feel hurt anymore, rather than sitting in that hurt with her and just listening to her. She was able to articulate the difference to me and for me, which I'm so appreciative of. So I want to hear from you all how this sits with you. Does it hit home? Are you finally having like a, whoa, I never knew that I did that moment? Or is this something that you've been pretty aware of for quite some time now? I'd love to hear your thoughts. What questions still need to be asked? Please leave them down below. And until next time, be well, live soulful.